Hello and welcome everybody. Beautiful Sunday afternoon, and this is the Sunday Sketch. Now, I have gone through my Christmas list for the patrons. I was doing a little Christmas gifts for anybody who was supporting me previously to the month of December. We are now in the month of December. And I just want to give a huge thanks to everybody who is and has been supporting me and the channel through Patreon. And again, really wanted to just apologize, and I'll keep on keep better track of the goings on, right? Now that being said, I still have let's see, one or two more weekends. We got this Sunday, we got next Sunday, we got the 31st. Okay. So yeah, we've got 2 weekends left in December. If you would like a discounted picture from me, go to my art website and check that out. And use the contact page to get in touch with me. I am currently selling just quick sketches at a pretty decent discount, just like $5. So anyway, today I don't have anything on the docket already, so I'm just gonna draw some stuff, just whatever I feel like. So let's draw. What do I want to draw is the question. I think we're gonna try and draw an action scene. I haven't done a whole lot of action scenes because I find that finding good poses between two characters is really tricky. Plus, you got to deal with camera angles and stuff. So I want to try it and do an action scene. And so first I'll set up my plane, or my kind of angle of everything, and I'm gonna do a weird, I think they're called Dutch angles. We're gonna do a hallway kind of like that. Right, you see what's going on there? Got a nice hallway. Well, it's not a nice hallway, not yet, but you know. And I think, oh yeah, I know, that's what I'll do. So at one end of the hallway, we'll have this tall man standing there menacingly. And I'm sure you already know who it is. And just doing some memes, you know. Gotta do them memes. Right? Kind of looks like that. A little bit. And then over in this corner, we'll have our protagonist, who I'm sure you'll recognize. Hello, and welcome to the stream. It's not real crowded yet. How's it going, Ino? Yeah, man. Nope, that needs to be darker. Make sure I get this outfit right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Want to kind of match that sort of aesthetic that they have Naminé draw everything with. So I'm using a rough pencil brush setting, which I think hits the mark quite nicely. Really? Maybe I don't know. I guess not everybody is as big a Kingdom Hearts nerd as I am. But this is a scene from Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. in which Sora is getting ready to face down with Marluxia, who is the main antagonist of that game. And it was actually my very first Kingdom Hearts game, so little fun little piece of trivia there. Or maybe it's not fun. Trivia is not always fun. Sometimes trivia is really boring. Then he's got these big yellow Mickey Mouse shoes. Oh. He does, his hair is pretty similar to Cloud's, actually, now that I think of it. But I think he has, he does a little more out this way. Oh, they're super good. Maybe they don't stand, like, the test of time, necessarily, but the first game was great, and I think, I think most I've enjoyed most of the games in the series, but not everybody has, because the plot gets really complicated and dumb later on. So I do know that not everybody likes some of the games going down the line, but usually Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 are the ones that people like. Ah, I see. Well, no harm in that. I would say if you have a chance to play them, I would definitely recommend them. Although the controls on Kingdom Hearts 1 are they definitely feel dated and a little bit sluggish. So be prepared to deal with that nonsense if you want to give it a try. They are definitely old. Old video game controls. So there he's got his Keyblade in hand, and he's ready to fight Marluxia. Of course, now I gotta give the backdrop some more love. And I guess this didn't turn out to be as much of an action scene as I was hoping. This is before combat. Well, maybe I'll do... Maybe I'll do a sequence in this hallway that could get animated, maybe. We'll see. Ooh, that's not where I meant to grab. And there are all these pillars everywhere, which is kind of what I'm trying to emulate now, with these like deeper shadows and stuff, because it's a very soft, like everything about Castle Oblivion is very soft in general, as far as the white and everything. everything has this, like, really pale, like, periwinkle kind of color to it. It's all white, but then it has, like, just a little bit of blue in there. And yeah, look at something like that. Let's bring these two a little closer together. And then I can crop this. So you can get Kingdom Hearts. You can get. I think you can get all of the games on PlayStation 4 now. They have these collections that they've put out. Originally, you could play Kingdom Hearts 1 on the PlayStation 2. I think it came out on. And then there was a Game Boy Advanced game, and then there was a PlayStation 2 again, I think, for Kingdom Hearts 2. They were available on lots of different platforms, and it got really confusing to try and follow it, because you had to have, in order to play the whole series, you had to have a PlayStation 2, a PSP, a Game Boy Advanced, a Nintendo DS, not the 3DS, but the DS. And I think that was it. Eventually, they started porting things over, and now you can play them all on PS4, I believe, which is really nice. But you can't play the original version of Chain of Memories, which is the scene that this game is from. That, I mean, I don't want to say go find an emulator, but that's probably your best bet if you want to play the original version of Chain of Memories. Because every other time that they've put it out, it has been the PlayStation version, which has 3D combat instead of the 2D combat that Chain of Memories had originally, and I don't know. I didn't feel it as much. And then let's put some flower petals everywhere, because this dude, this final boss dude, his motif was these rose petals that he just threw everywhere, and you had to like dodge them, and so maybe that'll be where part of my action comes from in this scene. Because he would just throw these rose petals like everywhere. Which was actually really interesting, because you don't see enemies that are really, like, they come off as, like, hyper masculine, but they have this really, like, I don't know, feminine quality to it, because he's got the pink hair and the rose petals and stuff, but he's got this insanely deep voice. He's, like, if you hear him talk, he's just like, I will destroy him. Or you gotta hear it in the original Japanese. I can't really do it justice, but he's got a really, really deep voice in the original Japanese, and So he comes off as being, and the way he stands and everything, he just comes off as being very, very masculine, but he's got these rose petals everywhere, which really, to start out with, can kind of confuse exactly what sort of vibe they're going for here and why the rose petals. You know, like, it's not like, because some enemies, they end up being really foppish and ridiculous, but Marluxia, he was not that at all. He wasn't girly or anything. He wanted to take over everything, and it was crazy. And he was an awesome boss. But because of the rose petals and everything, at first glance, a lot of people thought he was going to be one of those foppish or overtly like comically homosexual sort of characters. If you didn't know what a fop was, that's basically what that means. Alright, and then let's do some sort of action lines, because we gotta make this, we gotta try and sell this a little bit. Right, because now he's blowing his flower petals around in this gust of wind. Get these nice comic book sort of action lines going on. That actually is not bad. I like it. Let's move that to be behind the rose petals. And there we go. We have Sora. We have Marluxia. And he's doing his flower petal things. That was actually a pretty quick one, so I think I have time to do like a proper combat scene with like maybe Sora actually hitting him with his Keyblade and everything. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna have the same sort of style going on, but I'm gonna make it pretty different. Go away, you prompt. Because I think, let's see, what are we going to do? We're going to do this. We're going to have shoulder here and here. We're going to have his face like there-ish. gonna have him coming down like this, and then this arm is gonna come down here, and then this arm is gonna be more bent so that his scythe comes up like this. And then we're going to have a leg here and a leg here, basically. And then Sora, so that'll be Marluxia's guy. And then I want Sora to be like Keyblade here, which means he's gonna need a hand here, so he's gonna, and he does this sort of overhead swing. So we're gonna go like that. For the Keyblade, and there and there. And he kind of does this weird frog leap when he brings his Keyblade down like that. Can probably make him a little bit bigger when we get to it. But for now, you get the idea. Okay, so skin tone. And because I'm trying to emulate Naminé's style, I'm not going to be doing a lot of facial expressions. He's got this black coat, which is like one of the defining features of these guys are these just big black coats. In case you didn't know. And these, like, they got these boots. Boots and cats and... And then let's get this sort of greenish scythe thing going on. we go. There's our Marluxia-sama. Yeah, that song gets stuck in your head so easy. There we go. Oh, Attack on Titan song. I haven't even watched Attack on Titan, and it's just like, I don't know, it's such a good song, I feel like. I'm not even drawing Attack on Titan, but I have it stuck in my head. This is like, oh, I heard that like a week ago. And then let's see. It's mostly red. Mostly red. And some white. But mostly red. And he's got some black. Get the color off of his hair. And there we go. I do want to size this up a little bit, I think, though. Something more like there. And then let's draw the Keyblade weapon, which I think is definitely one of my favorite like video game weapons or swords or what have you. Like, it's so interesting and fairly unique. There have been other characters in pop culture and things that use giant keys as weapons, but none so iconic as the Keyblade. I actually want to redo this part. Oh, not that part. This part. There we go. What's this go to? That goes to nothing. Got a completely useless layer here. Let's get rid of that. Let's redo this part of Sora's body. Yeah, let's just redo the whole thing, because I feel like I made his arms way too long. Okay, so let's start with the red this time, because I think I just messed that whole thing up. So let's take the background image and size that up first. That's about the right size I want. So he's gonna be here. Oop, that's drawing on the wrong layer. There we go, here. He's got his big old balloon pants here. Then let's go to the black, which is going to be this. I'm just going to kind of build stacks up on him, I think. He's got his little jacket. And we've got the white part of his little jacket. And then let's get the skin tone from here. And his arms are only going to be like that long, probably. And his head is huge because it's anime. And then one leg's gonna be here. The other leg's gonna be kind of out there. And then we're looking at very yellow shoes. And then the white gloves. That's not quite white enough. There we go. And then last touch is the hair. And then we've still got to do our Keyblade. And there we go. Now it's just a matter of moving these guys into place. We want him there, and him about here. And then I want to adjust the angle on that Keyblade. then we're going to put in a new background. And this will be the fight from later on in the game where they're in the darkness, kind of. Well, it's the same fight, but it's just a little bit later. Oh, I messed up Sora's head, apparently. Let's fix that. He has hair on his whole head. There we go. And like I said, there are pillars just everywhere in this Castle Oblivion place. And this is them fighting in this sort of arena-style battle. Do a few of these action lines. Do like an impact deal. And then you know what this needs? More freaking flower petals. I have decided. Whew, and there you have it. We've got an actual fight scene. I'm actually pleased with how this turned out. If you don't know, here I'll show you guys kind of what Naminé's drawings look like, so you get an idea why I decided to draw them this way. So this is one of her pictures. It uses a lot more color variation than I used. So I think maybe if I were to push this image further, I'd probably start using different line weights and stuff. But it is super, super sketchy and sort of abstract in a lot of places. So that's sort of why I wanted to make it look, you know, really sketchy and stuff. I think it'd be a worthwhile, I think studying some of the drawings that they did for Naminé would definitely be worth looking into, because her use of colors and stuff is actually really interesting. But that'll be a project, I think. I'd have to study that a lot further. For now, I've got a nice before the fight starts and a nice during the fight scene. At least I think they're nice. So hopefully you guys enjoyed me just doodling some stuff. Again, I've got 2 more Sundays in December. If you're interested in getting a picture drawn for the holidays, I'm doing it at a discount, and you can go to my my art gallery and use the contact page there to get in touch with me on that. And I will be back again this next week with some more games and drawing and stuff. But that is my time for now. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, goodbye, friends.